Hello, everyone. This is the session that everybody wanted. So happy that you're here. Come on in, come on in. Right, let's get into it. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? To your masterclass. Welcome to your masterclass. Let me know that you can hear me, you can see me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for registering for this masterclass. Thank you for trusting me to handle this session. This is your lead vocalist and background vocalist masterclass. This is for all of you who sing, right? Um, my name is Abigail Crown. I am your facilitator for this session. I expect that you have your writing materials ready and you are ready to learn. There's going to be so much to learn tonight or this afternoon. Please share the link. We are on Zoom and we are on YouTube right now. So share the link to somebody. If you have the link, feel free to share it. It's not a secret. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Let me just make sure I can see the chat. I can see people's questions. Okay, who am I? Right. My name is Abigail Crown. I'm a vocal director. I've been vocal directing since 2018. I've vocal directed several live recording concerts. I've vocal directed church conferences, church events, church choirs, studio recordings. I'm a praise and worship leader. I've been doing itinerant ministry and I've also been planted in churches. I've served in several churches all over the UK at different points. I'm a professional background vocalist. I have done background vocals for multiple studio projects, live events. I've BV'd on stages for several local and international gospel music ministers. I have vocal produced and vocal arranged. I'm a vocal producer, vocal arranger. I have produced several albums and records that are now released on digital music platforms. I have written and released over 15 original songs. I've helped singers rearrange and improve their songs and harmony arrangements. Okay, so people would reach out to me and say, "Oh, I wrote this song, I wrote this chorus. Can you help me switch it up and make it sound better?" So I do that. And I'm also a choir coach. I'm also a choir trainer. I've recently started doing this in 2024 based on divine instruction. Okay, so why did I start choir coaching? I love choirs. I love the sound of choirs. I love being in choirs. I've loved working with choirs. And also, like I said, divine instruction. If someone would have told me this time last year, this time 2 years ago or 3 years ago, that I'd be doing this training and coaching, I would have argued because I really didn't see myself as somebody that had the gift of teaching. Um, but yes, God has really placed it in my heart to do this. So here we are. And with this divine instruction has come confidence, boldness, joy. I absolutely love what I'm doing here today and what I've done with other choirs. I've received content ideas. I've had clients and many opportunities that God has been placing on my path. Also, I've realized that not many people know the things that come naturally to me. You know, I was watching an Instagram live a while back. It was a content creation class, something like this. And she was saying that what is that thing that you do so effortlessly and you think everybody knows how to do? Um, or everybody should know. You'd be surprised that they don't know. So go ahead and share your knowledge. And I've been doing music now for a few years and I've picked up a few things. I've gathered a lot of knowledge and experience over the years, and I really want to share my knowledge. I am not one of those people that will hoard knowledge and make you beg me for it. No, if I know something, I will tell you. And I see the need for further training for choirs and the choir leaders. There is a need for training. I've also seen many disagreements as a result of unclear distinctions in roles within choirs. People are struggling to know whose job is it to do this? Why aren't I being appreciated for doing this? Or, why is this person not respecting me enough in my role and things like that. So we also need to bring back excellence into our choirs. Many choir members are frustrated. You will agree with me. Many people are frustrated with how the choir is running. They are not happy. Okay. So that's me in a nutshell. Tell me about you. Awesome. So Debbie, you're saying that you can hear me. So that's great. I'm sure, I hope that's what you meant, that you can, not can't. Okay. So tell me about you. Tell me your name. Tell me where you're watching from. And tell me your musical background. Are you a singer? Are you an instrumentalist? Are you a church administrator? What are you? Or are you a choir administrator? I mean, so tell me about you in the comments. I will be looking to see for some interaction. Okay, and then I also want to know why you've joined today. Okay, we've got quite a number of people on YouTube. This was the most sought after session. So really, really grateful that you all are here. Really grateful. Thank you for trusting me once again. Okay. Is anyone telling me their name and why they joined? Okay, your name is Esther. You are watching from London and you're a worship leader. You've been singing since you were young. Miriam from London, she's in a choir at church. She hasn't sung for a long time, but she felt led to get into it. You are in the right place at the right time. We are going to be sharing so many tips. Joy she sings in the choir and she does admin. You see? Choir administrator. Yeah. I knew they were in here. Choir administrator, and she wants to learn more. Debbie is a choir leader and she wants to improve the choir. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's get into it. So what are we going to cover in this amazing session? Honestly, you are going to be blown away by the information that you're about to receive. I hope you've got your notepad ready because it's about to be intensive. We are not hiding any information. So we're going to talk about harmonies. We're going to talk about blending. We're going to teach you vocal techniques, mic techniques, sound check, hand signals, stage presence, how to sing in a choir and as a group. I'm going to teach you how to score a song. I'm going to tell you the qualities that make an efficient lead vocalist. So your set list, your deliverables, how to handle rehearsals, how to handle yourself on stage. And then same with the background vocalist. I'm going to tell you how to handle rehearsals, how to handle yourself on stage. Okay, so we are getting straight into it with harmonies. I said it, no fluff. I don't have time to waste. I am assuming that you love music and you're here to learn. You want to grow. I'm not here to encourage you to sing, right? Can I get a thumbs up that we don't need to be convinced, right, that singing is for us. We are here because we want to sing, right? Okay, so let's get into harmonies, right? Let's get into harmonies. So I'll tell you all you need to do. Harmonies is it's a big thing, but yeah, we want to be more effective. Harmonies it can be complex, right? But let me tell you what you need to know. Let me just make it simple for you, right? In a contemporary choir. Okay, so the male voice is either a bass, a baritone, or a tenor. As a male singer, your voice is one of those three. As a female, you are either a contralto, an alto, a mezzo soprano, or a soprano, right? So I've heard, awesome. Thank you for the interaction. Yes. So I've heard a lot of ladies say, I'm a tenor singer. And I've heard men say, I'm an alto singer. That is incorrect. As a male voice, no matter how high your range is, you are a tenor singer. Let's just start there. So don't from today henceforth, please don't address yourself, if you're a man, as an alto or a soprano. It's not possible. It is not possible. You may be able to sing that part. You may, if we're singing a song, your vocal director might decide that as a man, sing the soprano harmony line or sing the alto harmony line, but that doesn't make your voice an alto voice or a soprano voice. So you cannot address yourself as a man as an alto singer, right? I've heard people say, I'm a female tenor or high tenor, things like that. Please, let's not use those words, because God is taking us to great places, and we're going to be singing with great people. And once you start speaking like that, they will just know that this person isn't a professional. So as a male person, oh, I'm a tenor singer, I'm a bass singer, I'm a baritone. Or as a female, you say, yeah, I'm an alto singer. No matter how deep your voice goes as a female, you can never be a tenor. You can never be called a tenor singer or a tenor voice, right? So what part can I sing is a different conversation to what is my voice classification. So know that your voice classification as a female is either alto, mezzo soprano, soprano, or contralto. And as a male, it's bass, baritone, tenor. I hope we've learned something new today. You may be able to sing all the parts, but that doesn't make you, yeah. So let's move on from that. So in any given song, right, soprano is the highest harmony that you are hearing. So if you're listening to a song and you can hear, whatever the highest one is, just call it soprano. That's the soprano harmony line, right? Regardless of who's holding it, regardless of if it's the melody or if it's not, the highest harmony that you can hear or that you want to hear is your soprano. The one after that, which is usually in the middle, is alto, right? And then the one below that is your tenor. Tenor is usually the lowest harmony line. So in most choirs, you hear soprano, alto, tenor. So it's the highest one is your soprano, the middle one is your alto, the tenor is the lowest one. In some choirs, they'll add a fourth one. They'll want to do a fourth harmony, which is bass. We can call that bass, okay? That would usually be the lower octave of the highest harmony that you can hear. Okay, so you can classify your singers into one of these three parts. So if you're in a choir, where are your soprano singers? Put them to one side. Where are your alto singers? Put them to one side. Where are your tenor singers? Put them to one side. Okay, in any given song, we should be able to identify what's the soprano harmony line, what's the alto harmony line, what's the tenor harmony line. Please be mindful of the words I'm using, harmony line. Okay, or you can say parts. What's the soprano part, alto part, tenor part? Okay. So let's go into, let's see what this actually looks like. I'm going to share, and I'm going to share a recording. So, and hear the audio once I start playing it.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see
Right.
you.
So in this example, you can see on the left here, you can see soprano, you can see alto, and you can see tenor, and you can see bass. Ignore the first two. Ignore that's the lead and all of that. So let's listen to the soprano part. So let's listen to our soprano.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
Yeah, that's the highest harmony that we've decided for this song we want to have. Please let me know that you could hear that. I'm really hoping that you could hear that. Okay, right. Now, so that's the soprano. So we've chosen that to be our soprano. Now let's listen to the alto.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you.
So that's our melody. So for this particular song, we decided that alto should have the melody. In some songs, soprano will take the melody. In some songs, tenor will take the melody, right? So it can change, right? So let's hear soprano and alto together.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
Perfect, right? So that's your soprano, which is the highest, and then you've got your alto. Now let's hear the tenor.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart.
I'll play it with the melody, just so that you can hear that it's lower than the melody.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
Yeah, simple. We've got your soprano, we've got your alto, we've got your tenor. So the vocal director will decide who should have the melody, depending on what kind of effects they're trying to achieve. If they really want to go high, or they really want that bright sound, they'll give the melody to alto so that soprano can go higher. Now let's imagine that in this scenario, choir director has decided that actually I want alto to be the highest harmony. Okay, so we don't want sopranos to go high. So in that case, this would be our highest harmony.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart.
Yeah, so open the eyes, that would be the highest part that we will have for this song. So in that scenario, this wouldn't be called alto, it will be called soprano. So even if it's being done by a male or a female or whoever, regardless of who's doing it, this becomes our soprano harmony for this song, right? Now, the next one would then be the next harmony down. So altos, the alto singers would then take this tenor line, but it doesn't matter what harmony it is, we are going to call it alto, because the highest one we must always hear should be called soprano, right? So let's hear.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see.
So now sopranos are singing, open the eyes. They have the melody now. Remember in the last example, sopranos didn't have the melody. They went higher, but our vocal director has decided that they want sopranos to have the melody. So open the eyes of my Lord. And then altos would do open the eyes, which is what we just heard. Now let's hear what our tenor singers would sing. Okay.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
Yeah.
I want to see you.
So the reason why I have to explain this is because I hear a lot of soprano singers insist on singing that first soprano voice that we heard earlier. Whereas for this particular arrangement, we've decided that we want the altos to have the melody. We've decided that we want soprano to have the melody. But because my voice is very high and I'm a soprano singer, I feel like I have to go up. No, even if you have a very high voice, you can, if the song requires you to not sing that high, that's absolutely fine. Okay, moving on very swiftly because we have quite a lot to cover. So listen to this.
I promise I am your sacrifice. I am more than the sun. Today I prop myself. I am your worship. I am more than the sun.
Okay. In this example, the melody is I have more than a song today. So in this example, what they actually went on to do is that tenors took the melody. So we had I have more than a song today, and then alto then sang I have more than a song today. Soprano did I have more than a song today. So the point I'm trying to make is depending on the song, depending on the key, depending on what your vocal director is going for, who the person taking the melody, it can always change. Okay, so don't always feel like you have to stay on your what you think soprano should be, right? Be flexible enough to take the melody as a soprano singer if you need to. Be flexible enough to give the melody to alto or tenor, depending on what's required. Okay, so it can always and when you are joining a song, when you're joining the melody, try not to. So if there's two singers, for example, and the melody is I have more than a song today, right? Whoever's taking that melody has taken that melody. Try not to do I have more than a song today, because now there's a harmony missing. It should be I have more than a song today. So if the melody is I have more than a song today, what you should take should be I have more than a song today, rather than I have more than a song today. So try not to leave an harmony empty in the middle. Sometimes it works, but as best practice, try not to. Okay, and if you are in doubt, you can start singing in unison, and then that gives you time to find your part. I really hope that helps. I need to move swiftly. So let's talk about blending, right? And when we talk about blending, what we are saying is we want to sound similar. We want to sound like it's one person. We don't want to be able to pick out individual voices, right? I'm sure we all like the sound of that. We want that for our choirs. Okay, so there are some factors that will make blending natural and easy. When you have professional singers, when you have excellent vocalists, when they sing together, they just blend. It's easy. It's easy to blend. When you have singers with similar tones, similar voice textures, they just blend. They don't have to do too much. When you have a mass choir, when you have large number of singers, blending is easier because you know there's beauty in numbers, right? When you have good sound, good equipment, this makes blending easier. And then when you have professional mix, when the sound is being professionally mixed, it can also help to blend. So when singing with others, what you need to listen for their volume, right? Ideally, your sound engineer should be helping you achieve blend by adjusting the volume. So whoever has a very strong voice, they'll bring such person down. Whoever has not so loud voices, they'll turn such people up. So ideally, that's what should happen. But we all know that sometimes they don't have the time to do that. So you need to just listen to the volume of the overall sound, listen to the volume of the lead singer, try to match everybody else's volume, bring your voice down to fit with others, right? And don't try to push over other people, don't try to be the loudest. I've heard people try to really sing like it's a volume competition. You don't have to be the loudest person. Okay, and a lot of the mistake that people will make is that they'll draw back from the mic. You don't want to do that. Keep the mic use your mic technique. We'll talk about mic technique, but control your volume, from your voice, rather than trying to keep the mic away, because when you do that, it can change the texture and the richness of your sound. And then try to use controlled vibrato, or if possible no vibrato. As a background vocalist, try to match the vibrato of others. If everybody else is not using vibrato, please don't use it, because otherwise you will stick out. Okay. And then try to match the tone of others. So if it's an energetic sound, if it's loud, then do that. If it's soft, if it's intimate, then match that. If it's breathy, if it's raspy, if it's husky, if it's bright, try to match the tone of the rest of the team. And then sing in tune when you are not flat, when you are not singing sharp notes. Blending will be easy. And then look at the way other people are pronouncing the words, right? Adjust your mouth shape to make sure that you can get the words out. Okay. When people are pronouncing words in different ways, it will, we won't blend. Your voice will stick out, okay, and it will clash. And then breathe at the same time. So we need to decide as a group where we want to breathe, right? In the sentence, do we want to breathe in between some words, or things like that will just help you blend better. Okay. If you cannot hear the people around you, then you are singing too loudly. Of course, this is assuming that everyone's mic has been checked and is all working. And then after this, you are the loudest, you can't hear the people, then you're probably singing too loudly. Constantly listen, constantly adjust to what you are hearing. Let's talk about some vocal techniques that you can incorporate. So we have crescendo, and I'm going to share those again. I said it's going to be practical, right? So I want to give you real life examples. So crescendo. Crescendo is where you gradually get louder. I hope you heard that. So that is crescendo. So that's a vocal dynamic that you can incorporate. And then let's talk about decrescendo, which is the opposite, which is where you gradually bring it down. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, the last one is called accents, which is where you emphasize certain words, certain notes, right? You give a slight push on specific words to bring attention to that part or to that message. So this is a song we all know, probably, I'm sure you all know. So let's hear it. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. So I would hear them. So that's an example of an accent where you can emphasize a certain note or a certain word. In that case, it was he won't. Okay, so other vocal tips that you can incorporate with your team is to breathe. Help them with your breathing. You've been to this masterclass now, you know. So help your team in breathe from your diaphragm, from your belly, rather than from your chest. Talk about so I was talking about other vocal techniques. So breathing not from your chest, but from your belly, so that you have enough breath to support the notes that you're singing. Timing, everyone starts on time and ends on time. So if we're singing a sentence, let's all come in at the same time. Let's all stop singing at the same time. We shouldn't continue to hear somebody else, or somebody still drawing out the notes or the line when everyone else has stopped, you know. And then also when you are joining on an existing song, so let's say, for example, you're in church and the pastor has raised a song, you know, try not to start singing halfway into a sentence, right? Unless you plan to do it like that, but try to join in on the next sentence or on the next line, because that way it just looks like we rehearsed it that way. So for example, the pastor raised a song, God is able to do just what he, don't join in on says he will do. Try to join in on he's going to fulfill. If, you know, just if everyone has a mindset that we are waiting for the next sentence, then everyone will be ready to start on the next sentence. So the pastor will sing, God is able to do just what he says he will do. Everybody will be ready by that time. He's going to fulfill every promise to you. Just little tips to make sure that you are sounding professional, even if you haven't rehearsed. Okay, so let's talk about mic technique, right? So I've got a microphone here. Okay, so holding the mic, this is how to hold a mic, right? Hold it with one hand, right? Hold the mic with one hand. Don't hold the mic like this. Okay, try not to hold the mic like this. It just makes you look like you're shy, like you don't really know what you're doing. Use one hand and place it in the middle of the mic like this, right? Place it in the middle of the mic. Don't hold the mic like this. Don't cock the mic. Let me turn this on, by the way, it's actually working. So don't cup the mic like this, and don't hold the bass. Don't hold this part. Okay, because usually that's where the receiver is and it will interfere with the sound if you do that. So don't do that. Don't do this. And in terms of how to use it, in terms of distance, as BVs, we tend to use the mic very close to our lips. So God is able to do just what he says he will do. That's how we use the mic. Very close to your lips. A lead vocalist can decide to draw back ever so slightly, but as BVs, we tend to use the mic. And then when you are not singing into the mic, don't hold the mic face down, or, you know, put the mic just facing the speakers or anything. Just hold the mic at belly level. If you're not singing, just hold it like this. And like I said, avoid pointing the mic towards any speakers that are around you. When you are not using the mic, turn it off and, you know, leave it. If you want to clap, please try not to do that. Try not to clap with the mic in your hand, because that's not going to be good, especially if you're being recorded. You can clap maybe with your arm or just in the air, but try not to bang the mic, okay? And please don't put the mic on the floor, especially if it's on, okay? So of course, it's normal to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but once you catch yourself making any incorrect, doing any incorrect mic technique, please correct yourself as soon as possible. Okay, so let's talk about sound check. Let's talk about sound check. So when you are testing the mic, the sound engineer would ask for you to come on stage. First of all, you'd be on stage, and then if you want to check that the mic is working, Please don't bang. Don't do that. Just simply speak into the mic or sing into the mic. And if you just at this point of sound check, at the beginning of sound check, we just want to get the mic working. Your sound engineer isn't too bothered about what you're singing or what you're saying at this point. But then, so now we've got the mic working, the mic is on, you can hear yourself and all of that. Now you're ready for your sound check. Okay. So as soon as you have the go ahead, as soon as you're asked, just start singing, right? Unless you've been asked to speak instead, just start singing into your mic. Whatever song you've decided to sing, sing into your mic. Sing in a comfortable key. Don't try to follow the key that somebody else has sang before you, or don't try to copy somebody else. Feel free to raise your own song. If there's a different song that you prefer, that you are comfortable with, because the sound check is very important. You don't want to sing in a key that's not comfortable just because you want to follow the trend. No, take it very seriously. Sing with your full voice, right? Sing exactly as you intend to sing during the performance. Okay, if possible, choose one of the songs that you intend to sing during your performance for sound check, right? Because the sound engineer would really appreciate to have the real material during sound check. They can use this to understand and prepare for your performance. So if possible, choose one of the songs that you're actually going to sing and use that for sound check. And then don't stop singing until the sound engineer has asked you to stop, because they are listening, they are working, they may not be saying anything, but keep singing until they ask you to stop. And once your mic is all set, once they've asked you to stop, hold on to your mic. Please don't swap. If possible, don't swap the mic around, because they've probably set it to your tone, to your voice, or to whatever it is that you're singing. So, or if you must swap the mic around, remember your mic. Take a note of the color or the number or whatever, so that you don't mess up the sound check. Okay, let's talk about hand signals. Okay, so when we are on stage, what are the common hand signals that vocalists use? Okay, so when we are singing and we want to sing in unison, so for example, and if our God is for us, then who could? So that's the song that the song leader has raised, right? Now we want to come in as BVs, and we want to start in unison. So unison, one finger in the air. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, and then now we want to go in parts. We do, and if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, yep. And then if I want to, so let's say that all of this is spontaneous. We're on stage, right? Oh, somebody says song name, please. I can't remember. I remember the song I sang, sorry. If it's yeah, I don't know if it's the worship song, but yeah, if you can remember the lyrics, I'll tell you. So if you're taking the melody, let's say that I'm one of 5 BVs, and we've decided, oh, and if I go, oh, I'm soprano, I want to take the melody, right? How I would tell the other BVs is that I'll tap my chest. And if our God is for, obviously we do all of this with discreteness. I think that's the word. You don't have to do like this or do anything dramatic, but you just tap on your chest, make sure they've seen you around, make sure they can see that you're saying that you want to take the melody. Now, if you want them to invert, let's say you've taken the melody as a soprano, or you're like, oh, I want to go higher. I think I can go higher. You do like this. And if I got this, that means you want to invert, you want to swap parts. So you want everybody to swap. You want to go higher. Yeah? You're going to invert. Now, if somebody's singing your part, let's say we've done rehearsal, and then you can hear somebody singing your part, right? Please don't frown your face. So don't frown your face, maintain decorum, but this is how you can indicate that, oh, somebody's singing my part, and then they'll know that you're saying, you're singing my part. You've crossed me, you've crossed my line. Okay? And then if you can't hear somebody, let's say you want to tell another BV that, oh, I can't hear you, I can't hear your parts. You can tap your ear. There we go. You can tap your ear to say, oh, I can't hear you. You need to look at the person so that they know, right? And then if someone's singing off, maybe the person is too fast, their timing is not right, right? So while you're singing, you can do that. You can just indicate to the person that, oh, what's your timing, you know? Just you're too fast, or whatever it is. And then if you want to modulate, let's say you're leading and you want to oh yes, the one I used during the crescendo presentation. Sorry guys. The song I used during the crescendo presentation is Lord You Reign by Shirley Murdoch or something like that. I hope I pronounced it right. So you want to modulate, so you do like this. Right? Modulate, modulate, modulate. So, and then you want to indicate that, oh, okay, so we've been singing, and if our God is for us, then what can stand against? So now you're ready to go into the next part of the song, which is our God is greater. Waiting room, please. So, you're singing the song, and if our God is for us, let's say we're in parts now, and what can stand again? So you want to say to them, we're going to the next part. You do like this. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. Oh, sorry. So you point. Remember, the modulation is this way. So make sure that your modulation, you're not doing this because that can mean something else. So make sure that your modulation is pointing up and your next part is pointing to the back. Now, let's say that you want to change the key. You started the song, you want to change the key is too high. Oh, if you want to demodulate, just the other way, just bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Yeah. And if you want to change the key, so interesting point. Yeah. So you want to change the key, you want to go up, right? So you can do, let's go up, let's go, let's go up. Now, when it comes to changing the key, you can either trust your keyboardist to choose a key for you, whether to go down a semitone or a full tone, right? Or you can let them know what you want by exaggerating your hand motion. Okay, so if you want a full tone and you want to go down, you make it exaggerated. And if you want a semitone, you just make it, I hope you can see me, by the way. Make it, make the hand motion smaller. Okay, so modulation, or you can use this for key changes. You can use this, either one. I think they mean the same thing. So, and then if you want people to stop singing, if you want your BVs to stop singing, you can just do that. So sometimes you need to
recording in progress.
Sometimes you need to really look at them, make sure that they can see. So you need to turn around to your BVs and do like this. So you need to know how to ensure that they can get they're getting. There's no point just doing your cute hand signals and then you're like, oh, I hope they got it. No, you need to look at them, and some people even do like that. So whatever you need to do to make sure that your instrumentalists know that you're going up, or somebody's like taking my key, whatever you need to do, so make sure that you exaggerate. So let's talk about stage presence. Stage presence, we are running out of time. So stage presence, when you're on stage, even if you're not currently using your mic, let's say maybe somebody else is, the lead singer is having a solo moment, right? Even if you're not currently singing into your mic, you can still sing. You can still have good expression. You can still sing the words. You don't have to sing into your mic to be there. You can enjoy the moment. You can sing along. Your expressions, your stage presence, your body language is still ministering to people, even as a background vocalist. Just because you're not the one leading doesn't mean that people are not watching you. People are watching you. Okay, so smile, be confident. If you're not confident, pretend to be confident. So lift your head, move your feet, move from side to side. In fact, let me stand up. Let me actually stand up. So smile, move your feet, be confident, lift your head, Lift your head up. I hope you can see me, by the way. Lift your head up. Let me just make this bigger myself. Okay, so lift your head up, move your feet, move from side to side, right? As you're singing, don't just stand. See people stand like this and they hold the mic like that, and come on, you can sway from side to side. It just helps you look like you're comfortable, like you own the stage, like you know what you're doing. Okay, don't just look straight ahead in one direction. I see people do that a lot. They will just look straight ahead, maybe at the screen or whatever. Please don't do that. You can look at different parts of the room. Okay, express the lyrics and the emotions of the song. Be expressive with your hands, and that's why I say you don't have to hold the mic with two hands, because you need to free up your hand to use to express and to be confident. Show some personality, be expressive. Okay, move with passion as though you're the one leading, as though you are center stage. Okay, keep your eyes open, right? You can close your eyes at intervals occasionally, but as much as possible, keep your eyes open, especially as a background vocalist. You want to be able to see, the instructions, what the lead singer, or the hand signals. You want to be able to see when it's time to stop or anything like that. So, and another tip that I can give to you to help with enunciation is sing with a smile. This will help your words come out nicer. So sing with your lips wide open. Sing with your eyebrows up. So, and if our God is for us, and who could, if I sing like this, it's very easy for me to lose my pitch. But if I sing, and if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, yeah. So raise your eyebrows, open your mouth wide. Yes, I know that you're not seeing my slides, by the way. I'm purposely, I want you to see my face, guys. So I will share my slides soon. And then yes, so look as a BV, look interchangeably at the lead singer, and look at the audience, look at the screen, look at your fellow singers. As I see a lot of BVs, they just stare at the vocal director, and they make it obvious that they are taking instructions, and everybody knows that you are looking for hand signals and you're looking for, you can look around, scan the room, look at different parts. It makes you look like, okay, you know what to do. So for example, if I'm singing and I stand like this, looking at my vocal director, and if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? But if I sing, and if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then who can stand against? It just makes it look better. Okay, so make sure that you're conscious about what your eyes are doing. It's very, very important. Okay, and when you're trying to figure out what the lead singer is singing, because that can happen sometimes, you're like, oh, what song is that? Please don't stare at your lead singer. You can listen with your ears. You don't have to listen with your eyes, okay? So, look away whilst listening, or do whatever, but let's not stare at the person and then you've made it obvious that the person is doing something wrong, or we didn't prepare for this, or we didn't plan for this, we don't know what's going on. So be mindful of your facial expressions. If you catch yourself doing any negative facial expressions, change it as soon as you realize. Nobody's above mistake. So, and then when somebody makes a mistake, I'm trying to rush now. When somebody makes a mistake, please don't frown, don't roll your eyes, just look straight ahead and pretend like it didn't happen, okay? So, like I said, people are watching you. You'd be surprised. So when singing as a choir and singing as a group, remember this. You may not have the best voices, and I think I'll share my screen now. You may not have the best voices, but there are certain things that can make you seem professional, right? Of course, every choir isn't up there, but when you can work on the techniques that we've talked about, when you can blend, right? You're matching each other's volumes, each other's tones, when you can control your vibrato, right? When you can sing each note with poise and, breathe, giving sufficient breath, right? When you can start together and end together, when you have correct mic technique, right? These are the things that can make you, you can also invest in quality rehearsal time, okay? So this is just like a summary of everything that you can do whilst you're training the people and doing voice coaching. But at least just, make sure that your stage presence, your mic technique, your blend, your timing, your rehearsal time is quality as well. Now, how to score a song. Let's talk about the typical structure. What's my mic on? Okay. The typical structure of a song, right? Let's talk about that. So you have an intro, then you have verse 1, you have a pre-chorus, sometimes you have a chorus, then you have an interlude, you have verse 2, you have a pre-chorus, you have a chorus, you have a bridge, you have a chorus, you have an outro, and then the song ends, right? So for example, 1,000 generations falling down in worship, sing the song of ages to the Lamb. And then you have your pre-chorus, your name is the highest, your name is the greatest. And then the chorus is, and the angels cry, holy. Yeah. Then verse 2 and similar structure. So you need to know this because you will need these words when you are preparing your vocal arrangements and all of that. 1 second. Thank you everyone for joining. I've got so many comments on YouTube. I will look at it. So how do you score a song, right? So first thing is you want to do some passive listening. So just play the song in the background whilst you're doing whatever, whilst you're moving around, play the song and just enjoy the song, right? And then replay the song and now you're listening actively. You're listening to how they've sung it. Okay. Listening to the verses, the chorus, when did they come in, all of those things. Now you want to get your lyrics, get the full lyrics. If it's online, awesome. If it's not, please start writing it down. Include the arrangements. So all of those sections that we can see on the left, right? So there's an intro, okay? And then there's verse 1, write the lyrics. Then verse 2, write the lyrics like that. If there are any key changes or tempo changes, write it down. You're scoring the song. Now replay the song, listen to the song and follow the lyrics with your eyes, right? Now continue to sing along, continue to do that. You can do that anytime. So keep singing, keep listening to it. And now it should now be part of you, right? So now you sing along to it. Sing along, sing the parts. So if you're the one leading the song, for example, just try to sing what the lead singer is singing. If you're BVing, if you're doing the soprano part, for example, just sing to what the BVs are singing, exactly as they've sung it, and then keep singing along until it sticks. That's how to score a song. Listen passively, then listen actively, get your lyrics out, follow the lyrics, and you will be fine. Okay? So, I am a lead vocalist. I've been asked to lead a song. Where do I start? Oh my gosh. Daunting, right? Okay, so let's talk about set lists, right? These masterclasses that I've done, the first two and then this one, I knew exactly how much time I had, right? So I had an hour and I arranged my content. I practiced what I wanted to say. And if you've been with us in the future sessions, you will know that we've stuck to an hour. So learn to arrange a set list to a time frame. There's room for having more than enough just in case. But as singers, you need to learn how to do it. You may not need to do it all the time, but learn how to arrange to a time frame. don't just flow and see how it goes. So I've got 4 songs. Let's just flow. Just see. Maybe I'll just see how I feel. Try not to do that. That's the lazy way. That's the lazy way. Learn how to time yourself. Learn how to practice. Preparation is key. Okay. Now, so where do you start? First of all, find out how many minutes do you have, and if there are any special instructions. So, do they want you to dwell maybe on a certain song or anything like that? So, decide on the tempo that you want to go for. So, do you want calypso? Do you want funk? Do you want worship? Whatever. Decide on the tempo, right? Know that I have 10 minutes and I want to do makosa. I want to do makosa praise, okay? Now decide on the theme, right? So do you want to talk? Do you want to sing about gratitude? Do you want to sing about love, goodness, joy? Decide on your theme or your message, right? And then find a list of songs that align with your theme. So it's possible to have multiple themes in one set list, but as much as possible, try to finish with one theme before moving into the next, right? And you don't have to, when you're putting your set list together, you don't have to sing the verse, sing the chorus, sing the bridge, then go to the next song, sing the chorus, sing the bridge. You can mix. You can sing the verse of one song and then move to the chorus of another song, as long as the theme still works and all of that. Feel free to be creative, right? Mix and merge, right? So for example, I just want to be where you are, dwelling daily in your presence. I don't want to worship from afar, draw me near to where you are. That's the verse. I want to be where you are, dwelling in your presence, feasting at your table. That's the chorus, right? You sang that. Now you can decide to go into your presence is heaven to me. I didn't sing the verse. Who is like you, Lord? I didn't sing that. But I've gone into your presence is heaven to me. Then I can go into draw me close to you. Never let me go. You're all I want. Yeah, you can mix and merge. Don't feel like you have to sing the entire song, then go to another song. That's also nice if that's what you feel like you want to do, but don't feel like you always have to do that. So another example, I'm gonna dance and praise him. It doesn't matter what comes my way. The greater one lives inside of me. His name is Jesus. I think that's the verse, right? And then the chorus, I rejoice in him more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror. You've sung the full song now. Then you can go into I'll raise a banner. 'Cause my Lord has conquered the grave. Yep. So you've gone into the bridge of another song. Or I think that's the bridge. So just be creative and then think about where you want your intro. Do you want an interlude somewhere? Do you want to modulate? Do you want the beat to stop? Or, just think about things that you can incorporate. And then you want to get a loop from YouTube. So just type in whatever tempo you've decided earlier. Go on YouTube and type in high life loop, calypso loop, whatever. Find the loop, play it on one device, and then record yourself singing to that loop on another device. Very simple. It's not hard. As long as you know what key you want to sing on, which I'll come to how to choose your key. How do you know what key to sing on? I don't have any questions that are urgent. Okay. Somebody has asked a question. So okay, I'll address that question at the end. Okay. So now you've got your loop, you know what key you're singing on, you know what that key sounds like. Yeah. And then start to sing your song. So sing your first song to it. If there's an interlude or if there's a break, say that in the recording. Okay. Decide how many times you want to repeat each section, right? And then record yourself singing to the beat. Okay. And verbally indicate any interludes, any instrumentals, any intro, any key changes, send that to your team, and then write out your lyrics, write out this arrangement. So intro, verse 1, write the lyrics. Chorus, write the lyrics. If you want your BVs to come in on the chorus, write it there. BVs in unison or parts or whatever, write it there. Send this to your team, right? And then apart from that, you can also write the song title and then the YouTube link for each of them and send that to your team. They can decide which one they want, right? So I'm gonna dance and praise him, Rejoice by Sinach. Write it, the title, put the link beside it. I'll raise a banner because my Lord has conquered the grave. My Redeemer lives. Write it, because sometimes your instrumentalists want to listen to the original version just to get ideas. But if you also then provide your own recording, they can know how you intend to do it. But sometimes they like to have both. So let's hear an example of a recording that you can do towards your session. Okay, the arrangements that I talked about. So I talked about doing arrangements. So let me.
Miracle worker.
Okay.
You are a miracle worker.
So this is the
You will
document.
do a miracle today. You do a miracle today. Everybody say miracle worker.
So I put it there, unison.
Miracle worker. You will do a miracle today. You have done a miracle today. One more time. Miracle worker.
Yeah, 3 times. I've put it there.
Miracle worker. You will do a miracle today. You have done a miracle today.
Everybody.
One more time. Miracle worker.
One more time.
Miracle worker. You will do a miracle today. You have done a miracle today. Say your name, Yahweh.
Everybody's coming in. They know that. They can see the lyrics. They can see the arrangement.
You are the miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh.
Let me just
Your name is Yahweh. And you move mountains.
Yeah. So the next song,
You
you
cause
move
walls
mountains.
to fall with your power.
Yeah.
You perform miracles. There is
So this is a
nothing
solo.
impossible. And we're standing here only because you made church. You move mountains.
So,
You cause walls to fall.
right. So you've indicated there that you want the church to sing, right? So the BVs, when they're listening to your vocal guide and they're singing, they're following the lyrics, they won't come in because you've guided them. So for the singers, most singers will find it easier to listen to one audio recording rather than listen to multiple YouTube links. So it's always good to do the vocal guides so that people can have a focus. So let's carry on. I think we've talked enough about set lists, and now you know how to arrange your set list. Okay. Okay. I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still I'm still making sense. Okay. So talked about how to arrange a set list. Now let's talk about planning, right? So if you know that you're leading, please don't leave it to the last minute. It's not about having the best voice. You may not have the best voice, but start planning weeks ahead, right? It's more about how, as a vocalist, you take charge of your session. As a lead vocalist especially, take charge of your session, communicate with the team, make everything visible for them, make everything accessible for them, give direction, right? Those are the things that really make you look professional, right? Not just about having a good voice. So in terms of spiritual preparation. What's your theme for the session? You're talking about love or grace or goodness, mercy, joy. Have a brief word to share, right? I'll talk a bit about how to share your word, because there's a way to do it. But have something on your heart to share. So your checklist as a song leader, right? Decide on your theme, decide on your message, decide on your set list, decide on the key that you want to sing on, provide the lyrics with the arrangements clearly stated, like I've just shown you, provide your vocal guide for your session, and then find out how much time you have to run through your session during the rehearsal. So if there's no vocal director on the team, if there's no vocal director on the team, you can that means you need to handle your session. You need to teach the song, you need to teach the parts. You are the vocal director. So find out how much time you have so that you can plan, okay, oh, for this session, this is the hardest part, so I'm going to start with this. Or, okay, for this part, I think the intro is going to be really easy, or there's no intro, so I'm just going to go straight into it. So if you know how much time you have, you won't waste time on dwelling on something that's not relevant. Okay. So your personal preparation. So let's talk about how to choose the key. I'm leading a session in 2 weeks' time. How do I know what key to sing on? How do I choose my key? So the first way is to work with a keyboardist. Okay, so you can sit with a keyboardist, start with a key, and then if you want to go up, ask them to go up a semitone or a tone, or go down, and until you try different keys until you figure it out. It's not magic, okay? There's no magic. You just have to try different keys. Go up 2 times, go up 1 time, whatever, until you find. Another way that you can find your key, if perhaps you don't have a keyboardist, is if you've ever sang before, find a recording where you feel like you maybe didn't sing well enough or you sang well. Find any recording of your previous sessions and then choose your key based on that. So if I've led 2 weeks ago and I really like the key that I sang on, and for this new set list, I can, from what I'm trying now, it sounds like it's gonna be good, then I can just send a clip to a keyboardist or whoever and just say, oh, what key was I singing on there? Okay, I'm singing on A flat, great. So for next week, I would like to sing on A flat, please. Or if it was too high, you say, oh, okay, please, what's the key below that? Then choose your key that way. So this is for beginners, right? You don't know how to use the keyboard app, because most people would just use the keyboard app. But I'm saying for a beginner, you don't know how to do all that, then you can just send a clip of your previous sessions and ask them, what key was I singing on? And then try to work your way back or forward until you find your key. This tip really works because sometimes the key that you rehearse with at home, that you sing in your bedroom or you sing in your living room, sometimes when you get on stage, it's a different matter. So try to use a recording from the time where you were actually on stage to choose which key it was. Even though at home it may sound like it's too high, but adrenaline and all of that. And then the final way is to go to YouTube and type in pads on any key. So there's something called pads, and it's just where they're just flowing in that key. They're just playing, pads, right, on that key. So you can search for pads in key of A flat. Pads in key of B flat or whatever. And then you can sing to different pads and then choose your key that way. Okay, so when it comes to your leading, prepare what you intend to say at the beginning of the session, right? Don't freestyle, don't figure it out when you get on stage. You're leading the session. What do I want to say? Come on, everybody, let's lift up our hands and give God praise. Whatever, practice it. People won't tell you this, but they practice it. You can even write it down sometimes. If there's a scripture you're going to say, practice it. Where it goes wrong is when you are trying to freestyle on stage and you're trying to flow, yeah, it's risky. It's risky. So try to practice what you're going to say. Take your warm-ups very seriously. Plan your warm-ups, right? You don't have to do the same warm-ups every week. You can get bored, right? So you can pull some ideas from the music that you're working on to warm up. So but take your warm-ups very seriously. Drink warm water. I'll come to what you eat and all of that. I told you it's an intensive class. We're covering everything. Right. So don't only focus on set lists, on transitions, on impressing the audience, on when you're on stage, don't obsess about, oh, they're not engaging, things like that. Remember, enjoy the session. Enjoy the opportunity that you've been given. It's not all about you. If you're a Christian, it's about God, right? So just enjoy the moment. And if you're implementing something, or whether within your choir or even on stage, and people aren't responding positively, if you believe in it, as long as you believe in it, keep doing it. So there are certain scenarios where I've implemented the recordings, the vocal guides, and some people haven't responded positively to it. You keep doing it because it's your rehearsal. It's just a recording of your rehearsal time anyway. So with or without them, you would still need to rehearse for your session. You would still need to do your practice. You would still need to practice or prepare your time, your set list to a time, and sing to the loop. So you're just recording your rehearsal. So keep doing it. Keep doing what you believe in. Change takes time. Okay, so when you come to your full band rehearsal, your instrumentalists are your best friends. I like to get close to my instrumentalists because they will give you feedback, they'll help you, they'll make sure that you're good. So know your key, your beat, and remind them. So I'm doing this session, it's in key of A, and it's calypso. Remind them, right? Makes you look professional. Give them time. Once you've told them the key, the beats, they know the song or they have your recording, give them the time and the space to figure out their musical arrangements. So instrumentalists, don't be on their neck. Don't be that singer that's like on their neck, right? Just give them the space. Give your MD the time to communicate what he needs to communicate. Your MD will let you know when they're ready for you. In the meantime, check on your BVs. Confirm that they've listened to the set list, they know the songs, and they have access to the lyrics and the arrangements and all of that. Clarify any requirements. So how do you want them to come in? How do you want them to back you up? Share any expectations. Talk to your BVs, right? Coach them. A lot of BVs don't get that coaching from the lead singer. All of this will be done by your vocal director if you had one, but we're assuming here that you don't have a vocal director. So as a lead vocalist, you're doing this. So coach them on how you want them. Tell them that you want them to come in with power. You want them to come in soft on this section, or you want them to sing in unison, or whatever. Coach them. Otherwise, they'll just guess and they'll just do what they think is best, and it will probably be a mess. If they haven't listened to the songs, if they haven't learned anything, don't complain. Be ready to teach. Play the recording. Get them to sing along. The first time you play your recording, don't stop it, because the mistake that I see a lot of people make is they'll play the recording and then they'll stop and teach something, then they'll start again. No, the first time you play it, don't stop it. Even if they're making mistakes or they don't know it, just stop it so that everyone can get an overall vision of the set list, right? So after the first time you've played it from start to finish, no interruptions, they can hear it, they can get an overview, then you can start to play it continuously and stop and all of that. And then once your musicians are ready, run through your set list with them. Like I said in the previous session, your rehearsal with the instrumentalist is very important. Please don't waste time on your BVs. If they're not getting it, as a lead vocalist, focus on your rehearsal time with the instrumentalists. Your instrumentalists need time to get familiar with the music as well. So they need to play it with you over and over again. They need to hear your ad-libs. They need to hear your arrangements. All right, you can work with your BVs later. Try to manage the crowd. Don't entertain side comments, right? Control your slot so that you can finish in the time that's allocated to you. You don't want to be that lead vocalist that's like, oh, sorry, 5 more minutes, oh, 2 more minutes. Try to, they've told you how long you have in rehearsal, hopefully. Stick to that time, use that time, finish, leave it at the time that's when it's done, right? Practice your ad-libs in rehearsals, right? How do you intend to communicate with your instrumentalists, with your singers? Practice your hand signals, practice your movements. Where do you plan to stand? Ensure that everybody understands what you're going to be doing. It's very important that you practice exactly how you intend to be. Okay, decide with your instrumentalist how you intend to communicate. They need to know, okay, so for this part I'm going to modulate and I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do whatever it is you're going to do. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to look at you. You need to decide how you want to communicate with your musicians. Okay, and then record your band rehearsals. So coming to rehearsal, you've been listening to your vocal guides, your recording that you did at home. Now that you've done your rehearsals, now is the time to listen to your full band rehearsal so that you can remember the intros, you can remember how they did it, all of those things. Okay, so on the day of performance, do your vocal warm-ups before singing. Do your breathing exercises. So if you're short on time, a quick breathing exercise is you can do fast pants. So just do that. That helps you get your chest ready. You can drink warm water, gargle warm water. And then after the performance, cool down. Remember to cool down so you can yawn and then sigh. So those are some quick ones. There are so many warm-ups and cool down videos on YouTube. Help yourself to that. In terms of foods that you can eat before singing, salads, fresh fruits, cucumber, apples, watermelon, honey. You can drink ginger tea, you can drink peppermint tea, and you can drink plenty of water. Drink water the night before and the morning before and the morning of. Not when you're about to mount the stage. You can drink water when you're about to mount the stage, but the water that you drank the night before is what will sustain you. So performance day, take what you're doing very seriously. All right, what time? Okay, good. We're still on time. Take your minutes, take your singing very seriously. Very seriously. Everyone is looking at you for guidance, right? It's a privilege to be the lead vocalist, so take it seriously, right? Don't be swayed by the non-participation of the audience. When you've practiced your ad-libs, do it. That thing that you've practiced, that you said you were going to say, oh, come on everybody, lift your hand. Do it. Honestly, do it. Don't look at the room and think, oh, everybody's elderly or everybody's tired, so I'm not going to do that. No, do it. There's a place for reading the room. Of course, if you sense something, then you need to maybe pray about it or whatever. But I'm talking about people that are shy, people that they get intimidated by people. Do what you had in mind to do. Do what you rehearsed. Do your intro as you've planned it. Don't shy away from it. And then when you pick a song and the audience has connected to that song, don't be quick to change it. Be flexible, be sensitive. So we've talked about planning to a time frame, but that's just for your discipline. It doesn't mean that you have to stick to that. But of course, I realize that some choirs, if you sway from what you've prepared, they won't know how to handle it. So also know how to balance it. But yeah, when you sing a song and the audience has really connected to that song, you don't have to just move because it's time for the next line. You can be sensitive and make sure you communicate to the PVs and to the band what you're planning to do. So use your ad-libs, use your hand signals to tell them what you want to do. So if there's something you want to say, if possible, try not to talk, try to sing it. Don't know if that makes sense, but try to sing your message. You know, as I said earlier, I have a message, but try to sing when the instrumentalists are playing rather than talking over your BVs. So let me think of an example. So our God is greater, our God is stronger. So the BVs are singing that. It's a fast-paced song. That's not the time for you to say, do you know that God is good? Do you know that God is... if you have to say something, wait for when the instrumentalists are playing. So wait for your interlude time. Don't sing over your BVs, because now the audience will be like, okay, are we listening to the BVs or are we listening to what she's saying? It will be confusing. So try not to talk over your BVs. Try not to speak over your BVs, okay? Try to only ad-lib, only do, you know, riffs, runs, only sing over your BVs. So our God is greater, our God is greater, yeah. He's stronger, he's stronger. You can, you know, sing whatever it is you want to sing. That's fine. But talking over your BVs, it doesn't end well. So use the stage, move around, right? Take charge. Use your ad-libs, use your gestures. Look comfortable. It's like you're enjoying the session, right? Your ad-libs are guidance to the band, to the singers, and to the audience. So guide them well in advance. Okay. So if you're singing, let me choose another song. What are you? Is that the same song? I think that's the same song. Okay, so let me choose another song. God is able to do just what he says he will do. He's gonna fulfill every promise to you. And then you want to say, don't give up on God, because he won't give up on you. But then you want to repeat that. So you say, don't give up on God, because he won't give up on you. Don't give up on God, don't give up on God, because he won't give up. I said, don't give up on God. You know, so that way your ad-libs, you've told them that you want to repeat it. So use your ad-libs. Even the audience will know what to sing, because they're singing too, they're participating, they're there to worship. It's not a performance, right? So, and then another thing I see is that lead singers, maybe because they don't trust their BVs to know the song or to come in, they are ad-libbing and also singing the song, singing the BV lines, right? So let your BVs back you up. Don't give up on God, because he won't give up on you. Don't give up on God, don't give up. Let them sing it. So just leave your ad-libs there. Don't give up on God. Oh, yeah. And then trust them to come in with, don't give up on God, because when you try to sing everything, you run out of breath and it's not going to be nice. Okay, so trust your BVs to come in. And even if they don't come in, the audience will sing it. It's okay. It's okay. But don't exhaust yourself trying to do everything, right? Open your eyes at intervals, connect with the room, scan the room, right? Connect with the audience, and then interact with your BVs. So whenever you can, turn around, look at them. It just makes you look comfortable, makes you look professional, makes it look like it's teamwork, rather than you're just facing the front and you completely ignore them, unless it's that kind of session. That happens sometimes, but if possible, especially in an energetic session, turn around, you know, walk around, look at them, you know, it just makes you look like you're enjoying yourself. And then of course always record your session and listen back to your session. Okay, so let's talk about this. So let's say that a song has started, right? And oops, we're on the wrong key. This key is too high. Oh my God, it's too high. Or this key is too low, right? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, first of all, you need to choose your key before coming on stage. How about that? Can we prepare? Can we be better prepared? Try to make sure you choose your key for your sessions, all right? And then write it down for your instrumentalists so that they can't forget, because they do forget. So write it down on a sticky note or whatever and give it to them. That way there's no risk. Sometimes the key that they've given you is too high, but because you haven't worked on your lower register, you can't cope with low notes, right? So you need to work on being able to sing low. And sometimes it's better to sing on a lower octave. It sounds better. It sounds a bit better than to go to the higher octave. So don't be tempted to sing on a higher octave. So let's say they've given you a key that's too low, and then because it's too low and you haven't worked on your lower octave, you're like, ah! It's better to do ah. Yeah, it's better to do the lower one than to do the higher one. But of course, you can signal to the band to change the key. So we talked about your hand signals. So you can tell them to take it up. And then once you've signaled to them to change the key, please, please, and please wait for them to give you the new key. Okay? Wait for them to, unless they've asked you to just sing, then you can sing. But you've told them, take the key up or take the key down. Please don't try to then start singing on the key that you think it should be. Please don't do that, because you will confuse them. You will confuse everybody. You've asked them to give you the key. Wait for them to start playing on the new key. Figure out the key away from the mic. And then once you're sure, start singing. Okay? Please don't sing your preferred key and then expect them to find it. So let's say that you are on stage and you are breathless or you have stage fright. You can try to sing along to your set list at home while staring at yourself in the mirror, right? So do your set list, do your performance, do everything as you intend to do on stage, but do it looking at yourself in the mirror. Stare at yourself in the mirror. This helps you with confidence. It helps you with stage fright. It helps you to get used to seeing yourself look silly, if we must say that. And then also you can sing along to your set list in front of one or two people. So sometimes it's harder to sing in front of a few people, a small audience. It's usually more daunting. So if you can do your set list, or just a little part of your set list in front of one person or two people, and you get used to somebody staring at you in the face like that, it helps to help get you comfortable. And then also take a brisk walk fast and try to sing. That helps with your breath. It helps you know how to take in enough breath. It helps you get comfortable. It helps you learn how to sing and take in enough breath. So when you're maybe on the treadmill or you're taking a brisk walk, just sing along. You're teaching yourself how to take enough breath. Okay? Kind of lead vocalist you want to be. You want to think ahead for your team. So that's where you're coming in with, they're gonna need the lyrics. Okay, they're gonna need to know what key I want to sing. They're gonna need to know the beat. Okay, think ahead for your team. Make good use of your time. Come to rehearsal with a plan. Okay, be creative. Know the songs in and out. Okay, never copy the original artist like for like. When you're scoring a song, please don't copy the original artist. And then each session must be different. The way you led your session last week, we should expect something different. You should sound different. You should do something new every time you get the opportunity to lead. Try not to repeat the same riffs and runs in the same performance. So try to switch it up. Do something new, do something different throughout the song, right? Be approachable as a lead vocalist, be willing to help, be willing to teach, give praises. If someone's done something good, say, yeah, that's good. That sounds good. Well done. So let's talk about background vocalists. So what are the things that make you a professional background vocalist? So qualities of a good BV A good BV learns songs fast and they can adjust to last minute changes or new arrangements. Hopefully your choir members are here and going forward you won't have so many last minute changes because we'll be efficient and we'll think ahead. But a good BV can adjust to last minute changes on stage. So we learned that part in unison, but now they've asked us to do it in parts. Okay, right? A good BV has good memory to remember the arrangement. So when they come to rehearsal and we rehearse, whatever we've rehearsed, it hasn't gone in the bin. They can remember it on the day. A good BV is teachable. They take correction. They can follow instructions. A good BV can hear and listen to others while singing, right? In order to blend, right? A good BV is expressive when they sing. They're not rigid, standing one place. Okay, so a good BV uses their hands. A good BV has good stage presence, especially even when things are not going well. A good BV can still maintain steeze and composure. They still enjoy what's going on. They're still participating. A good BV has can be dynamic. They can sing different tones. They can sing different textures, different dynamics, effects. They can mirror the sound of others, right? So as a good background vocalist, you can make your voice very soft. You can make your voice very bright. You can do different things with your voice, right? Especially if you're doing studio work, live events, or things like that. There's a different type of sound. A good BV has good mic technique. They know how to use the mic to create effects and dynamics. Okay. A good BV knows their hand signals and what they mean, right? So if you're joining a new team, for example, you can ask, what are the hand signals? What does this mean? What does that mean? Because there will be different hand signals in different places. A good BV pays close attention to the ad-libs and the hand gestures of the lead vocalist. So they're attentive on stage. They're looking, of course, like we said, don't stare, but they can see what's going on. They're not missing the cues. So as a good background vocalist, if you're unsure about anything, if they've raised a song and you don't know, oh, I forgot my part, or I don't know please don't sing into the mic until you figure it out. Okay, but still maintain your stage presence, still, participate, still be there and still look excited, but try not to use the mic whilst you're not sure of what, because we will hear you. Even if you think you can't hear yourself and nobody can hear you, but just try to learn the song before then using the mic. So you can just, enjoy the moments and, do what you need to do. But yeah, we don't want to hear you not knowing the song. Under no circumstance should you be found not singing into your mic. So everybody else is singing and you have decided that you're not going to sing for whatever reason. Why are you not singing? I've seen people do that a lot. Maybe they've just decided that I don't want to sing that part. I just want to yeah, that's not acceptable. If everyone else is singing, sing. As long as you know what you're supposed to be doing, please participate. Don't try to do your own thing. And then we should never be able to tell that things are going wrong from looking at your face and your body language, right? If you need a moment, you can look down temporarily, just maintain your professionalism, okay? If you notice that the lead singer is struggling with the key, with the timing, with the lyrics of the song, as a professional BV, be ready to jump in immediately. Don't act like it doesn't concern you. Don't laugh. Don't make faces. Come in softly, waiting for them to signal that, oh yeah, help me or whatever. But be ready to jump in, to help, to cover it up, to cushion that moment. Okay? In rehearsals, come prepared, right? Or if you're not sure, come with specific questions so that when it's the rehearsal time and your lead vocalist or your vocal director is facing you, that are we okay? You can say, oh, actually, yeah, on this part, what did you want? Yeah, come with specific questions. Don't just say, I don't, I think, no, let's use time well. Let's come prepared, come with specific questions. If you don't know what to sing or you need help during your rehearsals to figure out your harmony line, you have to ask for help quickly. I've seen a lot of people just sit there and they'll talk to the person beside them and there's no time for that. Let's speak promptly. Oh, I need help with this. I don't know what I'm singing here. Your lead vocalist, your vocal director will not know that you need help unless you speak out, right? Because they're probably busy trying to figure out other things. So if you need help, ask for it. If you don't understand anything that your vocal director or your lead vocalist has said, raise your hand immediately and ask them to repeat it. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. Don't feel embarrassed. Even your vocal director can make mistakes. It's okay. Just use your rehearsal time as well to soak in the song. So especially for us worshippers who are lead vocalists, who are background vocalists, we see people fall under the anointing on stage, right? I get it. I get it. But can we try to use rehearsal time to soak into the song? Let the spirit come upon you in rehearsal time. We can't stop the spirit from moving. Absolutely, that's not what I'm saying. But most times people are getting into the music on stage for the first time. If your rehearsal time or if your personal time at home has been used to really soak the song, soak into the music, it will help you to be able to be alert on stage. I hope that makes sense. But use your rehearsal time to soak into the song and get lost in the lyrics, and and then at rehearsal, rehearse your hand movements, rehearse your stage movements, right? So as a BV, at a certain point in your rehearsal, I should expect you to stand up, right? And stand up and just how do you intend to be on stage? How do you intend to move on stage as the BV during this session? Practice that. Move around as the BV. You're not even the one leading, but you're just practicing your own stage presence, your own hand movements, right? You're engaging, not just sitting throughout. And then at rehearsal, you can decide if this applies. Decide where you want to stand on the day so that you're not going to be blocking instrumentalists or equipment. Now, same again, like we said for the lead vocalist, do your warm-ups, do your cool downs, eat salads and all of that. Arrive on stage before the lead singer. So BVs should usually already be on the stage and then the lead singer comes after. So that way you can sort out your in-ears, you can get your mic, make sure it's working, you can, if you need to use a stand, you can do all of that, because it doesn't look good when your lead singer is already there and then all of you are strolling in and then trying to do this and trying to do all that. It just doesn't look good. You're not going to be ready for the lead singer. So approach the mic like you know what you're doing. Approach the mic like you're excited to be there. Don't be sleepy. Don't be confused. Don't be shy. Okay? Approach the mic with confidence. You're there to serve, right? You're there to work. As a background vocalist, you are there on assignment. So don't get lost. Please try not to fall under the anointing. The lead singer is counting on you. If you fall under the anointing, the song might not work. So please try to know that you are there to work. You are here to serve. Okay? Sing with power, right? So what I see people do is that because there's other BVs, they just sing casually. Like, well, there's other people, I can hear them louder than myself anyway. So, but sometimes what you are hearing in the house is different to what we're hearing online. So that your lack of energy, we can hear it in the live stream. So don't lower your energy just because there's other BVs. Your voice is important. Listen for the melody. If the melody is missing, be ready to fill in. So if you're the soprano singer and alto is meant to have the melody, but for some reason you can't hear the melody, temporarily you might need to fill in to hold the melody, because it doesn't sound good when all the parts are just there, right? So even if you can't hear yourself or there are sound issues, still sing properly, because like I said, in the house, you may not be able to hear your mic, but maybe online or maybe in the recording, you're actually there. So still sing properly, still use your technique, still do the right things. Participate in all that's happening on stage, right? Don't just wait for your time to sing. Okay, well, right now, the lead singer is just talking and I don't need to be here, so I'm just going to look away. And then when it's your turn, then you're, still participate. If someone is speaking on stage, or if the pastor is saying something, yeah, you can participate and you can be interested and still participate in all that's happening on stage. Yeah. And then when you're leaving the stage, leave after the lead singer has left the stage, right? The lead singer should be the first one to leave the stage, and then BVs follow. So that's the professional way to do it. Of course, do what applies to your team. And then you can also decide as a team on an orderly way of exiting the stage. All right, so as a background vocalist, your most important job is to sound good. Anything that's going to stop you from sounding good, try to address it, right? If dancing, if moving around is going to stop you from sounding good, reduce the movement, because your most important job is to sound good. We don't want to hear BVs that don't sound good. It's just not it's not pleasant. You may be dancing and have all the stage presence, but if by the time we hear your voices you don't sound good, it's not very nice. Okay, so service your voice. If you want to have longevity as a vocalist, do your coaching, hire the services of a vocal coach, a voice trainer, whatever it is. Do your warm-ups, do whatever you need to do. What kind of background vocalist do you want to be? Okay, you can sing soft, you can sing powerfully, you can change your voice, whatever is required. You can function in any area. That's a good background vocalist right there. You know the songs in and out, right? Or you learn quickly. You can find parts, you can switch parts quickly. You have a good balance between stage movement and singing. Like I just said, you're not overdoing the stage presence or the stage movement, and you're not, neglecting the singing, or, the other way around. So you have a good balance. You have stage awareness. You're aware of what's going on stage, right? You have good mic technique. You have vocal control. You're a quick learner. You are humble. Good BV needs to be humble. When you come to rehearsal as a BV, you need to be willing to take direction from whoever's leading. You have a ready to serve attitude. Okay, you have team spirit. You're working together with the rest of the team to figure out the parts, or to figure out whatever, to have conversations to make sure that everything is put together, right? You have team spirit. You get along with people. A good BV needs to come into rehearsal and just know how to have fun. Honestly, whilst the lead singer is stressing and going through, BVs, they usually have fun. So you want to be in a team where you get along with the people, you're likable, you come prepared, you've practiced, you're professional, you show up on time, you can worship, you can connect even while singing. Because some people, they don't know how to do both. They are either singing professionally or they're worshiping and on the floor. You need to be able to do both. You need to be able to sing professionally and still worship, right? You're an attentive listener, okay? You're listening to the instructions that is being given. Okay, let's take questions. I told you we are keeping to time. We are keeping to time. This is our 2 hours. let's take questions. I already have some questions here. I hope it's been a good use of your time. Oh, okay. All right, I have some questions here. So I've answered about demodulation. If during the service the pastor or worship leader starts a spontaneous song that I'm unfamiliar with, what should I do as a BV? I think I've answered that question. Learn it quickly, but don't sing into the mic until you are sure. We don't want to hear your confusion in the mic, please. Just wait, just give yourself some time. It's okay. Give yourself some time to quickly learn the song. And then once you're ready, please come in powerfully. You can start in unison, like we said, to help you figure out your part, and then, switch to your part. But be ready to learn the song. Don't just sit back. Oh, I don't know. Don't do that. Be ready to serve. Be ready to help. You're there on assignments, like we said. So, but learn it quickly. That's what a good BV does. How do you practice your part at home if the lead singer hasn't sent anything and the first time you hear what they'll be singing is the Sunday rehearsal? Oh my God. Oh, the first time you hear what key they'll be singing is the Sunday rehearsal. Well, ask them what key they intend to sing on. I suspect they'll say, I don't know. We'll see on Sunday morning, right? So how do you practice your part at home? If this is the current structure that you have, then surely they aren't expecting you to be excellent. You can't not tell me the key I'm supposed to sing on. You can't not have rehearsal. Okay, so there's Sunday rehearsal. Well, yeah, you have to figure it out quickly on at the Sunday rehearsal. That's it. That's you. I mean, you can advise that, can we pick the key for your session? You can advise the person leading and say, can we pick the key for your session? You can advise them in last week's session that, oh, you're leading next week. Do you mind letting me know what key you're going to be singing on? Hopefully they'll be willing to do that for you. But if not, that means that they don't mind you making mistakes, right? So just work with what they've offered you. I don't know if I've answered that question, but yeah, it may be difficult, but I mean, you can still know, if you know the melody of the song, if you can practice the melody and then practice all the parts. How about that? So decide, practice, listen to the original, and then just practice whatever you can practice. So sing the melody, then sing what you think the harmony could be, and sing that on any key, right? That's the best you can do. You have to guess. You have to guess the key for them. There's nothing you can do. So speaking as an instrumentalist, generally, does the lead singer follow my lead? Or as a drummer, does the lead singer follow my lead, or do I follow the lead singer? Great question. So I personally usually like for my instrumentalists I like to give them, let them lead me, right? Except if I have a vision, then I'll communicate that to them. But actually, I like for my instrumentalists to lead me because they probably know things I don't know. They know how to, add things. So I would say that the drummer actually holds the music together. So your drummer is very important, but in terms of following, who do we follow? The drummer should be following the lead singer. So if the lead singer is telling you to stop, please listen to the lead singer. If the lead singer is telling you, if they're giving you direction, then follow that direction. But if they're not giving you any direction, then as a drummer, take charge. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. If there is no, if your lead singer has failed to give you direction, then you have permission to take charge because you are an instrumentalist. I think it just wastes time, but yes, please advise. Yes, advise them to choose a key. You can ask them, send them a message. Oh, please, what key are you singing on? You know, yeah, ask the question. There are cases where the lead singer is saying the tempo should be faster, and I think, oh yeah, that's what I said. If they're giving you direction, if they're telling you that I want it faster, you have to listen to the person leading. I'm so sorry. I don't, yeah, I will not support instrumentalists arguing with the lead singer. If you haven't had the chance to rehearse it and the lead singer wants it faster, trust your lead singer. It's their session, right? Well, it's our session as a group, but they are the lead singer. They are the one leading the session. The lead singer is leading us. They're leading the audience, they're leading the band, they're leading the BVs, right? So take direction. Let's all take direction from the lead singer. Let's stop when she says stop. Let's start when he says start. But if they haven't provided any direction, then somebody has to take charge. So that's for the instrumentalist to advise. Okay? Any other questions? Can we control? Very good use of my time. Oh, amazing. What app is that you're using? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Very good use of my time. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. What app do you use to stream songs? Stream songs. YouTube, I think. This has been amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Can we control the move of the spirits, like falling under the anointing? Yes, we can. We can. We can. We can. We can. You can. This is such a, just conscious of the time. You can control the move of the spirits. The spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. Is it okay to take your phone on stage to look for the lyrics while singing the song? Oh my gosh, I wish I had there's something I use to hold lyrics on stage, but I'm guessing you mean hold it in your hand. It doesn't look good, it's not professional, but I'd rather you held your phone in your hand temporarily for it. Maybe it's just a quick verse. You just want to, like 1,000 generations falling down in worship. You don't know it. So, oh, I'm going to quickly check for that just to make sure that we sing right. I'd rather we sing right than to chew the lyrics and then just because we want to not use our phone. So thank you for sharing these insights. We keep learning and unlearning. You are very welcome, Pastor Randolph. Please talk about the app you have used to share music. What music did I share? YouTube. Did I share music? I'm using Logic Pro for the recording, the software you are using while presenting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let me just so we're gonna end the session very soon, and it's, sorry, 1 second. I would absolutely appreciate your feedback. Please I would appreciate your feedback. Please leave some feedback for us via the link that I'm about to share. Okay, I'm going to share the link. If you've signed up, you will receive an email shortly. Well, yeah, you'll receive an email, but please, let me just share this link now in the chat. How you found the session, just let us know if there's any questions that we didn't get to answer that you've got. Please feel free. I've put the link in the, for example, the software you're using while presenting, it's YouTube. I just played the song on YouTube. I didn't do anything fancy. That was YouTube. Then I shared the presentation. Okay, so for more personalized, practical, interactive, in-person or virtual training workshops tailored to your music team, send an email to Abigail Crown Music. There's so much more that I didn't get to cover, so much more where this came from. So if you want a more personalized training workshop, please send an email to abigailcrownmusic.com. If you want vocal director services, choir director services, MD services, choir coaching services, either one-off or weekly or just for a period of time. If you want songwriting services, background vocalist services, whatever services you need, I am here. I am here. I am here. Here to help, here to serve. Feel free to reach out. And that is the end of your masterclass. This has been amazing. We've had 3 sessions today. I am so sure that you've found value. I'm so sure. Take a screenshot of this page, by the way. Feel free to yes, thank you for today. It's been informative. You are so welcome. So welcome. There will be so much more masterclasses to come in the future. So this is not it. Where there's going to be so much more. So stay tuned. Follow Directing Voices on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep in touch. And if you want to work with us, if you want to volunteer in any way, if you want to join the team, if you want to be part of what we're doing, if you're a coach as well and you want to work with us, please, there is opportunity to partner with us. Let's have a conversation. Send an email to abigailcrownmusic.com. This is a big reminder of the old and the revelation of the new things. More grace. Hallelujah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What of personal coaching. Okay, so I'm not a voice trainer. Let me say that right now. I'm not a voice trainer, okay? So I can recommend some voice training, but if you want coaching, if you want to sing better, if you want to do better, if you want me to teach you what I know about, ministry or performing or, whatever, I can share my knowledge. I can share what I know, but I don't know how to teach you about your larynx and your diaphragm and all of those things. But yeah, there's so much more value that I can add to you. But yes, I do personal coaching. Just reach out, whatever you need. You never know. I might know somebody that knows somebody. So just reach out, abigailcrownmusic@gmail.com. Let's end the session now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making our first masterclasses a success. I am so grateful that you trusted me. I am so happy that we've been able to do this. And yes, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to leave the session now. This is the end of the masterclass. I don't have any music to play for you. But yeah, let's end the session now. Have a wonderful rest of your week. God bless you. God be with you. And God make you better. Amen. Bye, everyone.